slows in a sunny green meadow lived a little turtle named Tina. Now, Tina wasn't like the other turtles. While they were busy munching on clover and finding the best sunning spots, Tina's eyes were always on the sky. She would watch the birds for hours, mesmerized by how they soared and dipped, dancing on the wind. "Oh, I wish I could do that," she'd whisper to herself, tucking her head just a little bit out of her shell. "I wish I could fly." Her friends, Timmy the tortoise and Sally the snail, would just shake their heads. "Turtles don't fly," Timmy would say kindly. "Our shells are too heavy. We're made for the ground." But Tina's dream was a stubborn little seed in her heart, and it just kept growing. She decided she wasn't going to just dream about flying. She was going to try. Her first idea was to use big, sturdy leaves as wings. She found 2 perfect maple leaves and, with a bit of sticky sap, attached them to her shell. She wiggled and flapped and wiggled, but all she did was spin around in a circle, getting dizzy. The leaves just flopped sadly against her shell. "Say," she thought, "Plan A didn't work. Time for Plan B." Next, she tried climbing the tallest dandelion she could find. She imagined herself clinging to a fluffy seed and floating away on the breeze, just like she'd seen happen 1,000 times. She climbed and climbed, which for a turtle is quite an adventure. When she finally reached the top, a big gust of wind blew all the seeds away before she could grab on. She tumbled gently back down into the soft grass, feeling a little disappointed. But Tina was not a quitter. Her most ambitious idea yet was to build her own wings. She spent days collecting small twigs and bits of bark. Using strong vine as string, she carefully crafted a set of tiny wooden wings. They were a bit clumsy, a bit wobbly, but to Tina, they were magnificent. She strapped them to her shell and felt a surge of hope. This had to be it. She found the highest hill in the meadow, a long, grassy slope that looked almost like a mountain to a little turtle. With her heart pounding in her chest, she took a deep breath. "Here we go," she whispered. She tucked in her head and legs and pushed off, rolling and sliding down the hill. Faster and faster she went, the wind whistling past her shell. As she reached a bump near the bottom, she suddenly lifted off the ground. It was just for a second, a tiny, wonderful moment of being airborne. She wasn't soaring like a bird, but she was gliding. The wind caught her little wooden wings, and for that brief, magical instant, Tina was flying. She landed with a soft thud in a patch of buttercups, her wooden wings a bit askew. She didn't feel disappointed that she hadn't reached the clouds. Instead, a huge, happy laugh bubbled up from inside her shell. She'd flown, in her own special, turtle-like way. As she looked back up the hill, she realized something important. Maybe she couldn't soar like an eagle, but she could have amazing adventures right where she was. She could slide down hills, float on lily pads, and explore the forest floor. From that day on, Tina still loved watching the birds, but she no longer wished she was one of them. She was Tina the turtle who had built wings, the turtle who had glided down a grassy hill. She learned that having a big dream doesn't always mean it has to come true in the exact way you imagine. Sometimes, the real joy is in the trying, in the adventure, and in finding your own way to fly. Thanks for watching our little story today.